Pep Guardiola, it looks as though he's going to leave Barcelona. He hasn't yet confirmed it. Got to be clear about that. He's going to take tonight to think about what he's going to do, and he's going to give a decision in the morning. But Pep Guardiola, I mean, to step down from Barcelona after, what, one bad week in a sensational season, can you see why he's done it?
I don't think it's just about the bad week. Like, you could see it building. You know, there was a few doubts about him doing the job this year, even after last year, such a successful year. And you know what? Being a manager at that club must be extremely stressful. He's still a young man. He's only 41 years old, but you could see the stress and the tension on his face in those last two games. And you know, I'm not surprised. I think it's a brave decision for someone to say, "Look, I'm not." If that's what he's saying, I can't continue to do this. I need a break. And if that's the case, I think you should allow him to do that because he'll come back much better for it.
It's interesting, really, because although there's a lot of stress, a lot of highs as well. He's working with Leo Messi, 63 goals so far this season. He will never have a kind of sporting experience like the one he's having with Messi, like the one he's having with the superb players, with a sensational, exhilarating football Barcelona player. Could he go to another club? The word seems to be that Chelsea want him. Could he go to Chelsea? First question. And second question, surely Abramovich wants to bring someone like that in so that he can win big trophies. Di Matteo's doing that. Well, he's on the way to doing that. Yep. Why would you replace him with someone like Guardiola?
I don't think he can go to Chelsea now. I think he's unique to Barcelona. If you'd asked me that question a month ago, I said, yeah, I think no problem. But I just think that the job that Di Matteo's done has been exceptional, absolutely exceptional. And then I started to think, well, about that affinity that Di Matteo has with Chelsea because he's an ex-Chelsea player. The same applies to Guardiola in relation to Barcelona. He has an affinity with the club. He knows the club inside out. That's why he's able to understand the supporters. But he also understands sometimes being a manager is knowing when you can't do the job. Now, if he's made that decision, I think that should be respected for his own good and for his family is good. But in terms of Di Matteo, he's done an exceptional job. I can't see beyond who could go in and take that job and do it any better at this moment in time.
Yeah, more on that in just a while. But to point two things out, Pep Guardiola, he works on the basis that he renews his contract every year or reviews it at the very least. And the second point to make is that it looks as though he may well take a sabbatical if he doesn't stay at Barcelona. One man who knows all about the big picture is our resident Spanish expert, Tim Stannard. He's waiting to speak to us on the Skype wall. Good evening, Tim.
Good evening. When you said you had someone who knew the big picture coming up.
Yeah, that's you, Tim. That's you.
That is indeed.
Don't let us down.
Exactly. No pressure.
Don't take a sabbatical now. You face up to the job.
Now, our understanding here on Sports Tonight Live is that the news on Pep Guardiola has not yet been confirmed. Is that your understanding as well? Can you confirm that for us?
Yeah, the latest news coming to the Barcelona press especially is there will be an announcement of some sort expected tomorrow, one way or the other. Everyone's second guessing, thinking he's going to be staying, he's going to be going, but to tell the truth, no one knows except Pep Guardiola and perhaps his family at the moment. So expecting news tomorrow, a press conference, and that's the latest. And as I said, still no one's got any idea what his next move is going to be. You can say, well, maybe he wants to pick Barcelona up and go out on a high, or he just thinks, okay, this is a good time for someone else to take over. And let's face it, he probably needs a break. It's been an incredible 4 years. He's had incredible 4 years of success, but very, very taxing physically and mentally. And I heard you talking there. I think he does need a sabbatical. Jose Mourinho took one after leaving Chelsea or so. Frank Rijkaard took one after leaving Barcelona. Pep Guardiola says it's a very demanding job.
Yeah, interesting, really, because I think when you look at guys like Ancelotti, he took a short break after he left Chelsea as well. Some of these high-pressure jobs, they do take it out of you, and obviously you have to look after yourself. He's got a young family. Just want to ask you this one quick question before I get some feedback from Leroy, Tim. The players, have they responded to the growing speculation in Spain? Has there been any word out of them?
No word out of them. Basically, everyone has said they desperately want him to stay. Gerard Piqué, who in theory isn't really getting on too well with Pep Guardiola, during the week said he'd stick his hand in the fire, for Pep Guardiola. Instead, he got himself knocked out during the game, and he's out of action for a week or so, but luckily he's going to be okay. But all the players have come out and said, they don't know his decision, but they might say that anyway, but they desperately want him to stay. He's a crucial part of the club and the team, and they have a strong bond with him.
It's amazing, Tim, because people don't realise the pressure at any job, but at a job where you don't win the Champions League, and it's because of what he's achieved before and the style in which he's done it. That's failure. You know, and so for him, you know, just think, right, I've failed because, you know, I haven't won the Spanish league this year. I finished second. It's just not good enough. But what he's done, he's taken Barcelona to another level. I thought they were at some level before. He's taken them to another level. And to try and keep them at the peak is almost impossible, isn't it? Don't you think, Tim?
You're completely right. This is what he's been, from the beginning of the season, he's been setting the expectations of fans, press, everyone, trying to say, look, what we've done in the past is actually a bit of a freak. It'll be a freak if we actually continue winning the Champions, continue winning the league. There's a lot of other good teams out there. He's the one trying to calm everyone down, saying we may not repeat this success this season. Everyone needs to not think it's a complete failure. After the game against Chelsea, he said, you know what, I tried to find something my players did wrong and I couldn't. It just didn't work out on the night. It doesn't mean it's the end of a cycle, doesn't mean it's the end of Barcelona. It's just extremely hard to win one Champions League back-to-back because it's extremely difficult to do. They came very, very close, maybe a Leo Messi penalty away from getting through to the final, and we'd all be saying, wow, what a mastermind from Pep Guardiola, what a great success getting through to the final. Football is tiny, tiny little details, as Real Madrid found out as well.
I'm just going to run through Pep Guardiola's achievements. 3 La Liga titles, 1 Copa del Rey, 2 Champions Leagues, 1 UEFA Super Cup, 2 UEFA Super Cups, and 2 FIFA World Club Cups. Will he ever get a sporting experience like this, Tim, anywhere else in global football?
Well, maybe he'll come back to Barcelona one day. This is why one of the reasons I think if he does go, I don't think he's going to jump into another club immediately, because his sort of argument is, look, I'm absolutely knackered. I need a break. And if he suddenly goes to Chelsea, goes off to Inter Milan, it won't be going, with great feeling, as you could say, as he would be now. I think everyone understands if he doesn't need a break, but it'll be very hard for him. He's still a very young man, just 40, 41, something like that. But I see him being a Barcelona manager in maybe 4 or 5 years' time. Wouldn't surprise me if Italy eventually to manage for a couple of years, and then maybe go abroad to the Qatar, where he's got connections, and back to Barcelona one day and try and repeat the success. But no, he started off very, very high in his career and is going to find it very hard to match.
Stay ahead of the game with Sports Tonight Live. Don't miss a thing. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Search for Sports Tonight Live on Facebook and like our fan page. Follow Sports Tonight TV on Twitter and tweet us your thoughts and opinions. Sports Tonight Live, it's the platform for the fans.